Thanks for joining me back on the channel and checking out this video. So as you saw from the first few clips of this video, today I'm going to be talking about my 350Z. So right here, 2008 350Z. I've had the car for going on 8 years now. Bought it in 2010, almost brand new. It had 9,000 miles on it, completely stock. And what I want to talk about today is basically how much this car means to me and kind of how it really affected my life, changed my life, and just helped me in many aspects of my life to be, you know, kind of more of an outgoing person, better person, and it really just helped me do a lot of things that I don't know if I would have done if I didn't have this car. Now, I'm sure many of you may think, oh, it's just a 350Z, it's nothing special, you know, and some people say, hey, it's just a car, it gets you from point A to point B with, you know, maybe a little bit of fun in between. And you're right, honestly, it is just a car. It's not the best car in the world, the fastest car in the world, but to me, the car is very, very important, and I can honestly say that I will never be getting rid of this car. So just a little backstory, this was my third car that I purchased, actually my second car that I purchased. The first one was a car of my parents that I just used to go back and forth to school. My second one was a 2006 Civic Si, and then I did buy the Z. So back when I had the Civic, I did do a couple things to it, but it was basically just simple, you know, bolt-on stuff, just exhaust, intake, you know, the typical stuff you do for, you know, to your first car. And the ownership of that car was very short-lived. I had some problems with it, just didn't want to deal with it anymore, so I actually traded it in for the Z. And after purchasing this car, you know, I don't want to say my life got better because it really is just an object, and, you know, half of the way that you think and feel is your own doing, you know, the way you think of things. But in terms of an object, this car has really helped me in so many ways and has provided me with life experiences that I wouldn't have had without it. So even though my Civic was my first real car that I bought myself, this car here was really the one, and continues to be the one, that really just, you know, kind of takes me to the next level in terms of car stuff and just life in general. And it has been the reason for a lot of, you know, firsts, if you will, in my life. So I go on and on, but this car was my first sports car, my first rear-wheel drive car, the first car that I got a ticket in, the first car I took to any track, and I could really go on and continue to list all these things. But outside of what it represents as an object, as a vehicle, it really just made my life a little bit more well-rounded. There's many things that I did with this car, like, for example, I drove all the way to Tennessee or North Carolina, whatever you want to call it, to the Tail of the Dragon for the first time with this car. I went to Z-Days with this car for the first time, and it allowed me to take part in a lot of experiences that I may not have done if I didn't have this car. I've met so many great people with, you know, through using this car, through going to shows and races, and I've built many friendships, you know, that have lasted years and years, basically because of my Z. Also, it was the first car that really got me, you know, really kind of hardcore into cars and working on them. I learned so much, and I continue to learn so much with this car. Like I said, I've had it for 8 years, and I'm still learning stuff and still doing new things to it. Really, aside from physically pulling this engine out and tearing it apart, I've turned almost every bolt and nut on this car multiple times. I've had the rear end out multiple times, the transmission, I've done a clutch job. Even though I haven't had the engine apart, you know, head-wise, I had the whole front of the engine apart to redo the oil gallery gaskets. I mean, so much of the knowledge that I've acquired has come from this car, and I'm forever grateful for that. It is kind of funny how literally just pieces of metal, an object, can really encourage you to do so many great things in your life. And, you know, I hope some of you have that opportunity, whether it be with a car that you have or something else that really just allows you to kind of just go for it, do everything, do anything that you want, and just have some awesome experiences. Honestly, this car isn't worth much anymore. It's 2008, it's older, it's been modified, it's been raced. If I sold the car as it is today with the thousands of dollars worth of parts that I have on it, I don't know, I could maybe get $10,000, $11,000, but to me, the car is priceless. You could offer to switch just about any car with me, and I couldn't do it. I mean, this car has gone through so much with me and just helped me in many aspects of my life. You know, I had this car when I went through some of the toughest parts of my life mentally, and it really just got me through just going home every day and, you know, working on it, even if it was a simple, you know, thing as, even if it was as simple as washing the car. I mean, there's just so many days that I, if I'm stressed out from work or whatever it is, just come home, work on this car, and yeah, there may be times that I want to just take a sledgehammer to this car and just beat the crap out of it, but once I take a step back and kind of recenter myself, I just think about, how awesome it's been for me and how much it's taught me, and, just how great of an experience it's been with this car. So I know a lot of you want to know more about this car, kind of do like a car check type deal and go over all the parts and, specifications and stuff that I've done to it. I'm actually currently making a list of all the stuff, because if I tried to sit here and tell you everything that was done to the car and when and, all the specifications, I probably would miss about half the stuff that I've done to it. And not to mention, I do want to get some, go to some cool places and get some better, shots of it to kind of include in that video. So it's definitely something I'm working on, so stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to explain kind of what this car means to me and, why I've stuck with it for so long. Again, it's just a Nissan 350Z to most people. It's nothing special, but to me, it means a lot. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or anything to say, if you want to share your experience with whether it be a vehicle or something else that kind of has, pushed you throughout your life for, how many years, or, has allowed you to enjoy experiences, let me know. I'd really love to hear it. You can drop it down in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. As always, thanks to everybody who watched the videos, all my current viewers, subscribers, I really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my videos. So thanks again for watching. Again, I really, really appreciate all the support. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and I'll see you next time.